Hey, it's Alan Schneider again from the Miami International Boat Show 2013, and going over a few more new products from SI-TEX. Our latest new chart plotters are the SNS series, SNS 1100 and the SNS 700 series. If you notice, they're a lot nicer styling. They've updated the styling to make it a little bit easier, a little bit more appealing. They may very easily flush mount. You don't need any special kit to flush mount these units. The controls are laid out in a very logical fashion, and they're plain English. There's no international symbols on them. Very easy to run. Right now it's a CMAP chart plotter. All their CMAP plotters now will be coming with a CMAP Max wide card, so you don't have to make the choice of, well, I bought the plotter, now I got to go out and buy a cartridge for it as well. The cartridges will all come packed. It'll come packaged with a cartridge for the East Coast or a package with a cartridge for the West Coast. Whatever your main area of boating is, that chart will be available in the unit when you purchase it. So this is the SNS 1100. It's a very simple machine to run. Right here we're just showing a simulated boat position off of Miami. You can see it zooms in just by using the zoom in, zoom out keys. Very simple. We have our latitude, longitude display, a little bit of numeric display. This is a compass readout, and this is a rolling compass tape basically. So if you have a heading input from an autopilot, this will roll as your boat turns. This turns with you as an electronic compass readout as well. The system also can come with a fish finder module, so you can have this can be a 1,000-watt fish finder GPS chart combo as well, and dual frequency, 50 and 200 kilohertz. We have a great little module for this. I'm just going to grab that module. Alright, and we can turn this into a 1,000-watt dual frequency fish finder by simply adding our ES502D fish finder module. It just plugs into the back of the SNS 1100 or any of our bigger chart plotters, and now this will give you a 1,000-watt dual frequency digital fish finding system into your chart plotter. This will also scale down to 600 watts. If you only want to put a 600-watt transducer on the boat, the system automatically recognizes that it's a 600-watt transmitter and will scale down, so you can use it as a 600-watt fish finder as well. This is the ES502, which turns the SNS 1100 or the EC11 into a 1,000-watt or 600-watt dual frequency fish finder for you. The other thing we've done this year is we've added AIS, a tremendous amount of AIS capability to all of our chart plotters. This is the AIS report, and what this does is it allows you to see all of the AIS information in your area. What it will also do, let me see if I can get this up for you. When you have an AIS target on the display, you see AIS legend right here. It colorizes the targets on the display, so you'll just by a glance at the screen you'll know exactly what kind of target you're dealing with. Yellow is a high-speed craft like a high-speed ferry, blue is a passenger vessel like a cruise ship, green would be a cargo ship, red would be a tanker, the violet would be a sailing vessel, pleasure craft, search and rescue, port tender, unknown. White is normally government vessels like Coast Guard vessels and Navy vessels, things like that. This is a new one, SART. There's the man overboard units that'll come off. They're now having AIS transponders built into them as well. Helicopters have their own module. ATON, which is Aid to Navigation, or a base station, will have its own icon on there as well. So we've given these units a tremendous amount of AIS data capability as well when you interface any of our AIS modules to any of our chart plotters. Now, speaking of AIS, that means that if you made up the SNS 1100 or the SNS 700, any of our chart plotters with our metadata AIS modules, this happens to be the metadata Class B AIS transceiver, you'll get all of that AIS information on your display. What's nice with this transceiver is it not only receives the AIS information from commercial ships and other boats in your area with AIS, it transmits your information to them. So that on the bridge of the ship, they'll know that you're out there and who you are and what the name of the boat is that they need to contact if there's a problem. In a search and rescue situation, rescue units will know exactly where you are because your vessel will be transmitting your information and boat name right on there, and they'll see it right on their nav screens as well. So that's one of the extra capabilities you can do with our chart plotters this year is the AIS interface capability as well. SNS 1100 is a 10.4-inch display. We also have it in an SNS 700, which is a 7-inch display. All of the units can do fish finder. They can also, both of these units can do radar as well. So you can do radar chart in a split screen situation, or you can do a multiple screen display with radar, chart, fish finder at the same time, or you can overlay the chart and the radar on the screen as well. So you can have your chart display with the radar targets right on top of it as well. Makes it really simple to figure out what you're looking at with your radar display, confirm that what you're seeing is a moving target, not a buoy, with the radar overlay. But these machines are multifunction machines, and you can really fill them out to do anything you want to do on your vessel.